Hello everyone, and welcome to the second live Q&A session for LIFElabs. So it's been a couple of months since we did the last one. We had a really busy April, but we're back here now. I've had some really interesting questions from everyone, and we had some really positive feedback around the marketing and the events we've been doing, the staff that we've had come on board in the last couple of months. LIFElabs is really entering a new phase of growth and product development. So yeah, it's a really good time. It's an exciting time. So just to do a few minutes, I think, on an update on progress to date is warranted. So let's talk about April and what we did there with Hidden Hills. So that went well. It was an interesting time to go to the States with burgeoning awareness of crypto and blockchain, and everyone very interested in our USP around the philanthropic side of things. We did a unique take on raising money for the Heart Foundation, and that was received really well. And I think it's really symptomatic of the way we're going to be moving forwards, working with really established organisations and disruptive in their own spheres, and taking things to a different level, really. So looking back from when we got back from Hidden Hills, we moved straight into sponsoring the PGA, the Golf Sixes. And that was a really good brand placement opportunity. We were up there with headline sponsors IBM and Canon, and we sponsored Scott Jameson. He had a great time, and he was essentially a really good sponsorship opportunity for us. And we managed to make a great donation to the Royal Marsden. So for us at LIFElabs, the marketing team and myself, this is really how we're going to be moving things forward. Great marketing, great exposure. On this one event alone over the weekend, we saw, I think, around 10,000 people attend that event, around those sort of numbers. And the reach from the Marsden, for us, it's great too, because it's that brand awareness. It's what we're doing in changing things for the better across so many sectors and verticals in the philanthropic area. It's just the beginning, really. And it's what the co-founders of Life always set out to do, and now we're actually, we're fulfilling that. And yeah, like I say, it is only the beginning. So moving on from from those sort of key events and what we've been doing. Some of the questions you guys have been asking, time and time again around exchanges. Yes, that is part of what we're doing. It is on the roadmap. Obviously, we need to expand in that area. The more exchanges we're on, the better. So there will be news coming up around that. And I think, I would hope by now that you've got the faith to bear with us just for a little bit longer on some news around exchanges. So some of the questions from the community. So we had some really positive feedback from Gore Road 44. Thank you. Unique name there, but great one. He still say he's a huge fan apparently. But no, some great feedback on the marketing, and I know that a lot of you are interested in the white paper as well, and I'll come on to that in just a second. But there's a lot of interest in how we're going to move the card issue forward, because I know that some of you were quite disappointed to see it pushed so back in the new roadmap, and I wouldn't read too much into that. It's just where we are. And I think everyone's aware that a lot of cryptos have suffered setbacks in relation to card provision lately. Where we're moving towards in an unregulated space is acting in a regulated manner, and that sets us up very well for card provision. We're quietly confident about that, and look forward to updating you more, the community and the market generally, on using that in the very near future. So. Coming back to some of the other questions that we've had around adopters, yes, I alluded to the adopters will change, and what we have right now is actually an order book of adopters wanting to adopt Life for loyalty rewards and as a transactional token. Right now, there's only 3 adopters on the website. Some of the old ones have come off because I don't really think they reflect the way we're going to be moving forwards and the reach that LIFElabs has in this market. So the order book is big for transactional life and for loyalty rewards. So you will see more adopters come and go, and the new website is supposed to, essentially it's a little bit of rebranding for Life, and the animation too. And I know that was well received by a lot of you. Personally, we all love the animation here, and I think it's it really demonstrates how much we are investing in rebranding and raising the profile and image of LIFElabs. So some of the other questions we've had in, I only want to touch on these ever so briefly because I'm interested in taking your questions today. So we've had some questions around offices outside of Europe. We are looking at offices in the west coast of the States at the moment, I'll say that much. We have an office based in London right now. We also have a central main office in Kent, in England. New offices certainly aren't out of the question as we grow. And similarly, similar to this, we have people coming in with questions around ambassadors. We will be onboarding more ambassadors in the very near future, and this is timed in accordance really with the product development roadmap. So as the product comes ready to release to market, that's when we'll be bedding in new people and expanding that reach in those roles. So you'll see more about that, and we'll hopefully put that out and get some interested parties. So Joey Gates, we have some questions from him. Thank you, Joey. Wow, so largely around the promotional element of it and what the marketing team's been doing to date. Will we be doing more of that? Yes, of course we will. Lots more. And David Pugh Jones is still with us, and the engine driving that. There's a lot more coming through. And for every partnership we do, every bit of philanthropic reach we do, we get more stories and we get more reach. So there's going to be a lot more coming. So some other questions that we've had through. Well, some more on exchanges. Is it just for digital currencies, or will they be able to purchase using Fiat? We want to onboard Fiat into the app and the wallet as soon as possible. And I think that's a key part really, because for new people coming into life or any crypto, the journey starts with a Fiat conversion. So a lot of our attention is focused on that right now. Excuse me, lots of questions. Let's keep them written down. Okay, so around again, another question around the ambassador piece. Are we going to get some high-profile ambassadors? Yes, we will, undoubtedly. And will our marketing reach increase? Yes, certainly it will. And this is a big part of us and the team spending time in the States and driving this forward. So there will be news updates around that in the very near term, but we do have a plan to significantly increase our reach across the world. So lots of events coming up. Very interesting time. So right now I will move to questions. So some people are saying that the sound is a bit low. I will try and talk a little bit louder. Okay, some compliments around the video streaming today. Yes, and that's Simon. Yeah, Simon's put some effort into that recently. I think it looks really nice. And it demonstrates how we're trying to improve what we're doing across every vertical really. So I'm glad you like it. I like it too. Thank you, Richard, for that. Okay, so Thomas asking questions about the wallet. Yes. Okay, so the wallet is one of the main elements of what we're here for, and there's no hiding from that fact. So we have been working hard on the wallet, and we did a little sneak preview before. We have a bigger demonstration really of the prototype that we're working on at the moment. So it's going to appear on the screen now. So what you're seeing here is a flick through the sign-up process, setting the passphrases. And there's a lot of messaging here around security and prompting them to be aware of their surroundings. And then a very simplistic representation of a very secure passphrase and how that can be memorized and stored and used, how important it really is. And once you've confirmed your password and you're inside the app and you've satisfied those security requirements, you can look at your account and you can see the total balance of what you have across coins, and you can also see You can see across the bottom of the screen there you've got accounts, transactions and markets and alerts. That's some of the features that you're going to see. We also have another little video of the app showing of the wallet, prototype. So what you see here, the settings, the balances. So you have your various wallets. You have the total balance of your coins across those wallets. But you can also choose the balance in fiat representative. So this one was US dollars, but you could have euros or sterling. You can also look at your transactions and have a date filter. So this is really where we're at, and I think it's a great start. Really, we're working towards our brand guidelines and how this is going to work across the platform. And yeah, I'm really pleased with how the wallet development is coming along with the app. And I'm sure you're all aware of the developers now and the staff. And the recruitment process is ongoing. Yes, we're actively recruiting. Some people have asked questions about that. And so that's an update on the wallet. If anyone has some questions around the wallet that I haven't answered, please throw them up now. Thank you, Sergi. Yes, it is a nice wallet. It's going to be a great wallet. Okay, so what we also have, so the circulating supply. Okay, so that's a good point actually, because we haven't updated you on that. We are still consolidating the wallets, and this comes back to some people's questions around the token allocation in the early white paper. So when we talk about the wallet and the wallets and the token allocations, and we talk about the white paper, those two form a bigger piece of subject matter really. So we're consolidating all the earlier wallets, and we're looking at how we allocated tokens to the various adopters and how we break out that philanthropic supply in the context of longevity. And when we're looking at the white paper as well, I came into this business, I came into Run LIFElabs, as you all know, around 4 months ago. And as our meetings with various interested parties, both adopters and charities, have progressed, and we've done these events and talked to lots of people, it's really altered the way I've thought about the white paper. I had originally envisaged just rewriting the white paper as it stood and just expanding it, but there's a new twist to it now, and you're going to see that in due course. I know you've all been really patient with that, but if you can just bear with us a little bit longer, it's going to be worth the wait, I promise you. So Yazin has noticed things, lots of stuff on the wall behind me. Yep. So I'm in our conference room here at LIFElabs HQ. So off to one side of me, so there's a little bit of a very high level architecture diagram on the wall, and there's on the other side of the wall is a community strategy. So yeah, there's lots going on here. There are many verticals in this business, many facets for us to consider. We were going to take all this stuff down from the wall, but I don't see any risk in leaving it out for you guys. It's just part of the landscape, really. Nothing to hide here. Okay, so I'm waiting for questions to come through. But let's talk. In the meantime, let's talk a little bit more about how we're going to be working with charities moving forward, and what's going to happen with the bounty this year. So we are going to run another bounty. That's going to happen around August, at the time of the wallet launch. And as Telegram members, I sincerely hope you take good care to notice what we do around August, because it's particularly relevant to you. So a little bit of a teaser there, so watch that space. But obviously we'll be pushing out some stuff around social media for you to follow on that. And for the philanthropic side, so what are we going to do with these 30 billion tokens we've got ring fenced for good causes? I think this is okay. So before I continue with that, Michael's just come in and asked, when am I planning to release the white paper? I am planning to release the white paper in June. Okay, thank you. Right, so around the 30 billion tokens for philanthropic good causes. So that's a huge amount, right? And what are we going to do with that? We're going to look for good causes that are disruptive in their own areas, that are reaching out and disruptive in their own space, but of a good size and that can work well with life for the long term. So we'll identify and isolate these and seek out good partnerships with them. So the Royal Marsden's a really good example, but we have 2 more coming soon. I think this is a key part of life really, because anyone adopting life underpins the notion that they're actually, by virtue, by adopting life, you're supporting many good causes, and you're reaching and changing thousands of lives. So that's a great thing, and it's something we spend a lot of time focusing on here as a product piece. Okay, so the recorded wallet video, we will post that up somewhere so people can see it. It's a few questions coming there. Okay, so some questions around the USA trip. Okay, so I think everyone's aware that the team spends a lot of time in the States, and we have representatives there, and we're seeking these synergies and partnerships. And that's purely because the States is so far ahead of the UK in the crypto space. And what I might actually do, while I'm talking about this, we'll just put the wallet video up again. I won't talk through it this time. I'll talk about the USA trip. And anyone who missed it can see the wallet video again, and we might even play it again at the end. Okay, so the USA trip. Yeah, lots going on there, and we're under NDAs around some of the things coming out of that. And it's really, I'd love to expand upon it more, but the timing for me to do so just isn't right. And I'm wondering what I can say here now without ending myself. Which wouldn't be, what can I say without being too problematic? Let's just say there are events occurring next year in the United States that have a significant reach, a direct reach to many millions of people, and we're working hard to become part of that. We're also really closely monitoring the regulatory landscape in the United States and how life can evolve alongside that. I think that may seem a little bit bleak to a lot of the community, but I can't be more specific than that around the United States visit at this time. Okay, so some very interesting questions coming through. So we'll get some more videos soon. Yes, Michael, we will get some more videos soon. So when we do these events, we create more videos and we create more stories, and yeah, you'll see a lot more. You'll see a lot more coming up in the medium term, really. Will China be a market to hit? Yes, undoubtedly. The Asian markets are a key focus for us, and so that does play to some degree into the exchange scenario. So there are some things going on there. And any exciting news in the months ahead? Yes, there's going to be lots of exciting news. There's so much news around the wallet launch, how we're going to do that. It's going to be quite something. Ravi, you're very welcome for the live feed. Thank you. Actually, thank you for everyone for joining today. Yeah, I'd like to see more people join these sessions, and really, I guess as time goes on, we can use these sessions to discuss features and product and that kind of thing, a little bit of direct interaction around those points. Okay, so Timo coming in asking about LifeCard. So as I mentioned before, that is a work in progress, and I think everyone knows in this space it is something that a lot of crypto companies have tried to do and they've failed for one reason or another. We've got the time to do it once and get it right the first time. Hi Tatiana. Yeah, so many companies are struggling with life cards, and I think what's key here is that LIFElabs is registered in the United Kingdom, okay, and that in itself is a position of strength. And we have we operate in a regulated space, being in the UK. We are well placed really, and we have some really interesting conversations going on right now, both synergies within the crypto space and in the traditional banking sector, as it were. So just basically stay primed for that. So Richard is asking, what's the next event we're going to sponsor? So this, to some degree, comes back to the philanthropic element, and we will be releasing some news in the very near future around what the next sponsorship event will be. We are sponsoring Scott Jameson for the long term, so we see we see a good story there in promoting golf in younger disadvantaged elements of society and taking that forward. There are many stories for us and many events that we could potentially sponsor, and we're seeing more and more interest come through every day. So yeah, there's going to be plenty. Okay guys, so we've got about 5 or 6 minutes left. So Elad is asking about the white paper, and I have explained that if you are patient, you will be rewarded. And there's been a lot of internal conversations around the white paper, because it does in fact dictate to some degree exactly what we're doing. I wanted to get it right. First time. So what we've been doing these events. Everyone's aware we've been doing these events. So we've got some leftover merchandise. So you'll see over my shoulder, what we have here is a journal created by Woodchuck. And every one of these journals that they sell, they plant a tree. So we did buy a lot of these journals. We don't have many left, but we'd like to give some away to members of the community. They're beautiful things. They've got a hardwood cover. They're very nice quality items. So just as a gesture of goodwill, so the first 10 people that get in touch to info at LIFElabs, so that's info at LIFElabs, with your full details so we can post it to you, we'll post you a journal. So get those emails coming through. So that's the first 10. And some questions around exchanges. Yeah. Right now it isn't. I appreciate that it isn't reaching many people, but right now I'm putting a floor under the business that allow us to scale and grow substantially. So when we hit the button, we're really going to hit the button, and we're going to reach many millions of people, and we're going to support that growth. So just a little bit more time is required. The wallet launch is key. Timed for August. We're a couple of months away, and I think the last 4 months have been transformational for Life, and the team has really come together. We've got a great team. We've got some key people joining the team in the near future too. That's going to help us drive that growth. Okay, so some questions around Send It To. So I love Send It To. I think it's a great business model. It's exactly the sort of project that we want to work more closely with from the loyalty reward aspect. So it's, for me, a global reach, and what more could anyone ask for? They've got a global footprint. Transactionally, they're huge. They're led by an inspiring team. I see a very bright future to Send It To, and I'm delighted. I'm delighted that LIFElabs is a part of that. So for the first 10 people to email in for the journal, it's info@lifelabs.io, info@lifelabs.io. Make sure you send in your full name and address, so we can get these journals out to you. So we've got 10 to give away. And they're lovely pieces of merchandise. And for every one that you get, there's a tree out there growing for that. Okay, so so someone's asking a question around at the bottom, Hit BTC, and we are aware of that, and I think we've touched on this before really in the early days. Exchanges are third parties, and we don't really have a direct influence over those. It is interesting. We do watch it. I do watch the price of LIFEtoken cycle up in a range at the moment. Do I watch the LIFEtoken price all the time? No, I don't. We're very focused on the longer term growth and what we're doing. I can see why as life holders, you would look at that. Intraday, if you're trading, I think bots are part of every trading landscape now across all markets. So is the wallet in beta? The wallet will be in beta in July, and at that point we probably will reach out to key members of the community and do some testing. But we'll think about that very carefully and release some making news. We'll release some news around that and discuss it. But yeah, it will be a very targeted beta testing group from the community and from outside the community. So there's a question around have we applied to be listed on Binance. Binance is it's a top tier exchange, and to do that, to successfully list on Binance, we need to have a wallet in a very good place. So just a bit more time, and we're going to get there with that. Okay, so we've got just a couple more minutes. So any more questions, please get them in. Okay, so someone's posted up some questions around, should I buy Life right now? Yes. If you believe in the good work that we're doing and the bright future of LIFElabs in pursuing this, and if you believe in Ethereum blockchain and the ERC20 token, then yeah, why not buy Life? I think it's a great project. Okay, well look, there's not too many more questions coming through, everyone, so thank you very much for attending this live Q&A session. The next one is going to be probably have a lot more news in it, and it will be looking forward to the future a lot more, and I'll no doubt be discussing and answering questions around the white paper at that point. And yeah, I look forward to that one actually. So it's been great that everyone's attended today. And so one last question, Dylan's come in asking a question about the card. We want the card to come a lot sooner than there's in the roadmap. I put it to the back because there are regulatory factors that can impact on that, and we'll get some more visibility into that in the near term. But yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, thanks for attending this Q&A session, everyone, and yeah, look forward to seeing you all again soon. Take care.
There's more to do in the months and years ahead, so join us and be part of making it happen. We are LIFElabs, simply for everyone.